Today for our digital long arm quilt pattern, I'm going to show you how to make a scallop edge to edge pattern. Now the scallop edge to edge pattern is super duper simple. I recommend if you have these programs, do not buy a scallop pattern because it's that simple to make. And we're going to do a couple variations. Now, first let's start off with a basic scallop pattern. So in Adobe Illustrator, I'm going to go up to the pin tool. And if you remember our boho circle placemats tutorial on how I was doing the echo circles back and forth, it's pretty much the same thing that we're going to be doing. So, but first we're going to go up, make sure Snap to Grid is on because I like working on the grid. And I accidentally, there we go. Now, anywhere on your screen, you're going to start on a point, travel up. Remember, if we go up one up one and to the right one, you're going to click, hold, and drag to one over. And then now we have it attached. And we're going to go to the right one and down one. And once we hit our selection tool, and then I'm going to go over here to my panel on the left or on the right side. I'm going to go to swatches because this is filled in. And as you remember, long arm quilt patterns do not understand what a fill is. So for the stroke, you can pick any color. And then for the fill, we're doing no color. And ta-da, we are done. It really is that simple because as an example, if I were to copy, paste, and repeat this, that's how it would look repeated. So you have these humps, but then the second row, technically, when you set up your pattern on your longer machine, you're going to have it offset by 50%. And 50%, now we have our full scallop shape. Now, like I said, it's really that simple. And then you made one curve line. Now, here, as you can see, it kind of created a 2-inch size scallop because you have to remember, if I undo everything, here is a 1-inch square. The bottom is another 1-inch square, so 1 plus 1 equals 2, basic math, and that equals a 2-inch scallop, as I like to call it. So if you wanted to go larger, let's say a 4-inch scallop, we'll go 2 up, 2 across, hold, drag 2, and move down. And we're done. Now that one repeated, I'm going to hit copy and then paste. Then I'm going to copy both of these, Control C, Control F, and I'm going to move it down and to right or left, doesn't matter, 50%. And right here, that is what a 4-inch scallop size would look like. So whatever size you want to make, go ahead and make it. It's pretty easy. But when you save, you just want to save this right here. So you'll go to File, Save, or Save As. And right now I have it as Scallop 1. So I'm going to hit Save. And yes, I do want to replace it, to update. Ta-da! We are done. Now, this right here, that's a little simple. So let's get a little bit creative. So we're going to recreate the same thing, basically. Go up one, to the right one, click hold, drag across one, and come down. Now we're going to go back up and around. So kind of like our boho circles when we echoed, we're going to go up, click hold, drag. We're going to go one square in, let go. Now remember, if I come down and click, our pin tool has that circle and we do not want that. So I'm just going to go down 1 or 2 squares for right now, and I will go back and fix it. Because if we were long arm quilting right now with our machine, you're going to go up and around, then you're going to go back. Now we need to end on the same plane. So we kind of need to end right back over here in order to make it repeatable. So we are going to go down 1 because remember, we cannot connect it. So I'm going to reconnect it and I'm going to go up again, click, drag. I'm going to go 2 squares in roughly. And then I'm going to come down and I can't end it. So I'm going to go 1 square down. Now we're going to fix everything. So I'm going to zoom in. We are going to go to the direct selection tool here on the left, and we're going to click. Now my points are blue once again, and this is a solid blue, so I'm going to make sure I'm just having that one selected and move it up. So now they're all on the same point, and we need to fix this side. So I'm going to click that one, make sure that one's a solid color. The rest are white over here, and we're going to move it up. Now we kind of have like a banner swag, so to speak, type arc. I'm going to zoom out, and this is what this would look like repeated. So Control C, Control F, and then I'm going to move it over. And then if I highlight both of them, Control C, Control F, and move it down. 50%, and that's basically what it would look like. Double swag. So pretty simple, pretty easy. You can add more, you can add less. So there's another variation. And now you can pretty much get creative. So if you want to, let's draw another version. But now we have a curve, let's add a point. So we could do a point. We can't connect it, don't forget. Now we need to come back and let's see if, what about half? Let's grab that point, move it up. This point, move it up. So there's that shape. Let's see. What if we move this in? It's kind of like an arrow. Let's see what that looks like repeated. Control C, Control F. Let's move it over. Control C, F. Interesting. Maybe not my favorite, but see, like you can get really creative and just be different. Now, say you liked this, but without this bottom. So, pin tool, down, up, curve, down. Now you wanted the straight line here, here, but you ended up on this side, and we need to end up on that side again. So if you wanted to travel back on the same line you just drew, you'll basically repeat it, but offset. And then once again, go to your direct selection tool and then grab the points, the bottom one, move it up. We want this to be lined up where we started. Grab that one, move it up, and there you go. And let's see what that looks like repeated. Copy both. Drop it down. That's what that looks like. It can be different. Now you can also have it where Can move these up. Honestly, I think that looks a lot cooler. And we repeat that because sometimes when I look at it, you don't get the full picture. So sometimes I like to repeat more. And this is just a fast, quick, easy way. And I kind of like that. It reminds me of like paper folding, origami, uh, like you opened your Chinese box of fried rice, sorta. I think it looks really cool. That one's not bad. I like that one. But as you can see, one thing that is very simple, you can turn it into a couple different things. Now, here's another option. As you saw, you could go one here. Then let's do another one. Actually, we are going to connect it. So now I attached it once again. I'm going to do another swag. And we are going to go back. We can't connect it, so I'm going to go one below. But here was one. Here's two lines. But I'm going to make it look like two lines, but we're going to offset it because once again, we can't connect everything yet. And then I'm going to go three swags. But before I continue that one, I'm going to go back to the second one right here before I move on, just to make sure everything's set into place. Boop. See where I'm going with this now? Now we're going to create this swag. Two over, messed up slightly. That's okay. We can always go back and fix it. That one was straight. This one was not. Whoops. Let me zoom in. Let's see. Did I fix this one? Okay, that one's still straight. Come on, grab it. There we go. And we wanted that one 2 squares in. 2 squares in. Grab that, move it up. Here we go. So we went to 1, 2, 3, and then say it now all repeats. So we grab all of this, Control C, Control F. Now you may not see it over here in the gray, but this could give you a nice variation to have all, and you can offset it a little bit, or you can offset it more, which I like this version because in this little triangle area, you also have 1, 2, 3 lines as well as 1, 2, 3. And then if you scoot over, you have 1, 2, 3. So there's all three in within them. So you can actually connect so many different variations and have different variations of scallops all in one edge-to-edge pattern. So the more creative you are, the more creative you can get. Now, since we've created quite a few options, this one right here at the top, you need to save it as its own file. Then you would delete it. You would save that one only. So basically each one needs to be an individual file. So I like this one down here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit File, Save As, Scallop number 2, Save, OK. And then you know what? I will just save. That one was cool too. Here, File, Save As. We'll do Scallop number 3. There we go. And scallop number 4. File, save as. So now we have 4 variations. Then you'll go to Art and Stitch, File, Import Artwork. Here's one. Open. It's over here. I don't need that. Come on. There we go. So once you put it in Art and Stitch, make sure it's highlighted. Go to the control panel here on the left where it says Line Sew Type Running. Click on that. It'll think just a little bit, and always check to make sure everything is all right by hitting the play button. Boom, it works. So then you'll just go to File, Save As. Then this will be Scallop 1, but we don't want AI. And you can save it as Art and Stitch, or you can save it as all quilt formats. Hit save, or you can just save it as your individual whatever machine you have. Hit save, saving, and then let me go back to clicking it, and I'll show you the other ones. We're going to go File, Import Artwork. We are going to do scallop number 2 as an example. Hit open. Click on it, make sure it's clickable, hit File, Sew, Line Sew, type Running Stitch. That's a mouthful. Hit play, and this is how it would stitch out. Oh, love it. Then File, Save As. Scallop 2. Technically, this should be named Scallop 3 because there's 3 scallops. So we're going to name it Scallop 3 to be more accurate. And then I'm going to save it as all quilt formats. Save. And then I'm going to go ahead and click, remove that one. File, Import Artwork. Technically, this was the 3rd one that we saved. Hit open. Running Stitch. Play. Boom. Simple. File, Save As. Now I'm going to name this one 2 since we named the other one 3. All formats. Save. And last but not least, what I like to call like the origami version, which was scallop number 4, running stitch, play. Up, down, love it. File, save as, scallop 4. Probably we'll call this origami or something along that line and hit save. And look, within 20 minutes we've created how many designs? Because technically here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you just save this one, 5. That's 5 designs in 20 minutes. It's pretty cool. But yeah, go ahead and get creative, and that is how simple a scallop pattern is. So go ahead and get creative with it. Now, I am trying to keep it a little beginner here in the beginning, but don't worry, we will get a little bit more complex and in-depth later on. But I want to start off with some basics here. Now, if you could, please take a moment and hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell because, as always, there will be more quilt projects coming at you.